And I just did a teaching yesterday. I think you see my post on social media where I said, we've been telling you this for over 20 years. It is saying meditation.
Yeah, I saw that link. I haven't read it.
Is the future medicine.
Yeah.
We've been saying this 20 years. Meditation is the future medicine. Now, why is they saying that so boldly now? Now, it's been out. You ever heard of frequency medicine or vibrational medicine?
Yes.
That been existing. And that's all we're talking about. You're dealing with frequencies and vibrations, energy. Your body is dealing with the laws of physics all the time. It's just like now, how I'm sitting here. If I wanted more energy, I could shift my body a certain way. It'll start getting more energy. I start relaxing more, getting more energy. Now, when you first start, you start feeling the aches and pains, and you want to start stretching. Yeah, but the key is don't stretch. You know, stretch first, but then sit in it. No matter how it feels, sit in it, so that the energy can keep working on it. Then one day you'll sit down and say, man, I don't feel that way no more. That means you broke up the blockages inside. Now you're getting nourished. It's just that simple. That was the blockage you was feeling. But you felt uncomfortable, so a person moved to another position to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And all you're doing is prolonging it. But how did it get there in the first place? Behavior, lack of knowledge, something. Accumulation, yeah. That's all that's taking place. So you start removing that stuff gradually and slowly. And that's the root cause of all sickness and diseases. It's an energy thing.
Blockages.
Yeah. And then pretty soon it'll manifest as what? High blood pressure. Now what is high blood? Listen at that. High blood pressure. Hypertension. Tension on the body. That's tension. Man, just that's up on my shoulder sore. That's tension. So that's going to be the cause of high blood pressure if it don't get resolved.
So meditation should be able to relax you to the point.
Relax. And let the energy start working on the body. See, because there's a cosmic force coming from the sun, which is our primary energy source. And when you see all the stars, they're sending energies to the planet. The planet ain't sustaining this off its own energy.
Yeah, it's a system.
Right, it's a system. It's part of a system. And this energy is coming off of the planet. Look at the sun right now. That's powerful. It's being everything. Even us, we breathe in it. You'll breathe sooner you'll die sooner without breathing than you would eating or drinking.
Absolutely.
That's
4
how much
minutes.
power.
5 minutes.
How long does it take for someone's
I do my breath work for 3 minutes. I'm almost dying on the third minute. Like,
10 minutes is too long. About 5 minutes.
That's why yoga's about the breath. But what is the breath? Let's take it deeper. It's more than just the nose.
the breath is God. That's what I think.
The breath is God, but the breath is also your mind. The breath follows your mind.
So you're saying that there's a direct link between breath and consciousness?
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Of course.
Because it's the breath
You have to command.
that connects the mind and the body. It's the breath that connects the mind and the body. Say if my left foot starts getting numb, throughout the years and number, that means I'm getting kicked out of my body. Because I should be able to feel it, but I don't feel it like I used to. So the breath is leaving. Now what yoga is saying is, when a person starts, okay, I only can bend right here. And they'll say, okay, well, focus on that area, breathe into it. Now, how do you breathe into it? You focus on it, the breath will go there.
Yeah.
So the breath follows the mind. It is the mind. And then pretty soon, I could move it a lot more. You go down even more. It's doing the same thing. You're breathing. Your mind is loosening it up. So your mind is the breath. Even when you manifest this stuff, you start a new business. Don't they say if you stay focused on it? Right. It starts here.
All
Yeah.
the attention. That
Yeah,
is-
attention.
Yeah.
Attention is a God force. Yeah.
That's a God force. That's the breath of life. But it's your mind. And he said the key, well, that's God, ain't it? It is God. That's why it's your mind. You and God is inseparable.
Yeah.
That's another pill to swallow.
Yeah.
I don't want that much responsibility. I want to blame it on something else.
Something else. We all do.
Yeah.
People scared of that one.
Yeah.
But it's just that real.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So my wife is always wondering whether what you believe is a religion. And I'm always Well, maybe you answer that.
Oh,
without
well,
me prompting it.
religions came about at a certain time in human history. A certain time, because we've been here a long time. So they came about at a certain time.
Yeah.
So should we count that as true, or should we count that as an idea? It's just like this system. This system is running off. It's just running off of somebody's idea.
Yeah,
We really don't need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? Sports is an idea.
Yeah.
Basketball, football,
Yeah.
hockey, tennis. Those are just ideas, and people are living their lives off of it.
He is.
Yeah.
So am I. Yeah.
Yeah.
Writing. Now, we take it for granted now, but can you imagine the first person to put a mark on the ground and gave it meaning? Oh, that means that. Now, that's one thing that's powerful.
Yeah.
Then he had to get other people to agree with it.
Understand, yeah.
Right, to agree with it.
Yeah.
It don't mean he was right. It was just an idea.
Yeah.
Okay, let's all agree that it means this. All right.
Yeah.
That's how things got started. This is a whole fantasy, life itself. Everything we do is just a created idea. That's why it could be changed.
Yes.
We keep changing stuff, modifying it. Look how many diets is out there. Well, I think you got to eat. Well, what
Keto
are you
diet.
going to eat? Take your pick. The bean diet, the yogurt diet, the rice diet,
Yeah.
the all meat diet, the all fruit diet. Take your pick.
Yeah. In Uganda, we have the boiled food. diet. And me, I eat only boiled. Oh, okay. So you're health conscious because you eat only boiled
Only
food,
boiled food.
Right.
no frying.
Right.
But all food corrupts the body. So that's the thing about it. It's still the accumulation will cause the body to contort for it.
Yeah.
Love handles start forming. Back pain start coming. Knees start hurting. Where's that coming from? Maybe it's the way I was sitting. Well, the gravity is coming, the toxicity going through the blood. I mean, it's just that simple. All food. I know we hate to hear it, but
Hard pills.
you got to
It's
look
a hard
at it
one.
for what it is. It's just like, I was just talking to some woman yesterday. Oh man, she got on my nerves. But I figured it out though. The more I come at her heart with the truth, she keep coming back. So I said, but wait a minute, it ain't that she's coming back because it's the truth.
Yeah.
She one of those people that no matter if it hurts me or
Yeah.
not, you paid me some attention. So I said, oh, I'm dealing with one of these.
She's not trying to learn. She's trying to prove.
See all these different thought processes out here? But where was I getting at? Oh, so she was crying because some dude who ate all fruits for 40 years died, and she said the hospital killed him and whatever. And I said, no, they had nothing to do with that. It was just time for him to go. He was blocked up. Well, should he live forever from the fruits? I said, no. And then I showed her another girl in Indonesia that was eating all fruits, and she died. But living ain't got nothing to do with the food you eat like that. We might as well say it, because ain't there people over 100 years old now? They'll be sitting there with some whiskey or a cigar.
Yeah,
Yes.
junk food.
Yeah.
Now, what we going to say? Why throw that out the window?
Yeah.
So we need to
Yeah.
stop have stuff. You got to
120.
look at it. Now, we're not
Still
saying that that's
smoking.
the truth, too. It's a combination of things, but you just can't say that that's going to be the winner,
Yeah.
or it would have won a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to package it with a group of other things.
Instead of trying to, well, let's don't look at this, but let's look at that.
Okay.
No, don't do that. Put it all together so we can sort it out.
Yeah. That's true.
And at least the person is over 100 smoking a cigar and saying, but I know my health will be a lot better if I stop this. They ain't going to say up there, no, I tell all you young kids to keep doing this and you're going to be like me. At least they're not half-stepping.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. 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 So the light is what gives us light.
It's the light. And it ain't going to give victory to nothing else. We got to get that in our head. We keep trying to find something else that's going to save our life. It's not going to happen.
Light in
Was also
because light in science.
Both visible
Wait,
and invisible.
that's what I was going to.
And actually,
I was
Elitom in one
going
of
to
his
say
videos.
UV light, infrared, or what?
Yeah.
Everything else.
Yeah.
Because what happens in countries without a lot of sunlight, like we're enjoying a lot of. I mean, this is brilliant. This is wonderful. We have sunlight. What about in those countries which get like 1 hour of sunlight in a month? I'm just saying.
Well, you see what happens through evolution. Places that have less light have lighter people. That's number one.
They don't need it.
Right.
They don't need it.
No, they adapt
They adapt
to
that
use
lens.
as the little light as much as possible.
That's why their skin turn lighter.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't.
yeah, yeah.
Then, like I tell them, some woman from Iceland, she asked that same question. And I said, well, you got a radio up there, right? Can't you turn on radio? Oh, yeah, we got radios. What is a radio wave? It's light.
It's light. Sound is light.
Sound is light.
Yeah. Darkness is light
Darkness is light.
at a lower frequency.
Here we
The
go.
lowest
Yeah.
frequency.
Yeah, yeah.
That's smart.
Everything is light,
Everything is light.
and you are
How can
also
you say
light.
darkness is light?
Yeah.
I know I've
It's
been
light at 0%.
I've been brought up to understand that it's the absence of light. And now you're saying it's light.
But for the absence of something, it has to be present somewhere
Sorry,
else.
sorry.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Or it has
Thank
to be
you.
present in very little amounts.
Thank you. Because there can never be a trough without a crest.
Yeah.
There can
can't
never
be
be a
up and
particle without space around it. So the light and the darkness are one.
The one.
It's a wave. It's
Just different frequencies.
Because even if you saw darkness, it's dark over there. There could be another animal that could see over there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's light enough for that animal.
You just can't see through there.
oh, okay.
Yes.
We just see frequency range.
Yeah.
Here
Night
we go.
goggles in the army.
So that's why on this journey or the breatharian journey, you're learning about all this is necessary so it can change your perception about how you're looking at life. This is more than just a conversation that we're just playing around. You start really opening up to it. It changes the mind.
If I may ask, so your perception of everything is dependent on the light around.
Oh, okay. Now here we go. Here we go. E equals mc squared. Let's go back to that. Now, what Einstein said was a big thing in the 20th century. What he's basically saying, energy has mass. Listen at this.
Yeah.
But mass is also energy.
Yeah.
This is energy. How do we know this energy? Well, for number one, I can put some fire to it and get the stored chemical energy and turn it into thermal energy and start bringing it out.
Yes.
But how did it get there in the first place to be stored?
It was already there.
Well, for the molecules to get that stored energy, it got it from the sun. So this is actually solar energy inside.
Yeah.
See how it goes back to the sun?
Yeah.
So you start walking it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You can't get out of it. Cold. That's just stored solar energy.
Yeah. I remember one time looking at a night fire in Coach Lee, and I was like, what is fire? Until it occurred to me that is the sun.
That's the sun.
Smaller
sun.
version.
That's why they call it the gift from the
wood
gods.
captured the sun, and
gift
what
from the
I'm
gods.
seeing as flames is actually the sun.
That's the
Like,
sun.
what is fire? What is that thing? Yeah.
The candle, the fire, and they all go upwards. And what they say, water always goes downwards. It looks for least resistance. So even when you're on this journey of alchemy, you made of mostly water, and you got heat within you. So through meditation, those two are combining. You're balancing them out. You're actually boiling something. You're cooking something.
Yeah.
And the steam start coming upwards, which is energy,
Yeah.
and that start nourishing the brain. And if the brain get properly nourished, the body will be sustained. If the brain is uncomfortable,
Yeah.
the body's going to have problems.
Gonna look
And
for
it
food.
feeds back into the brain as well.
Isn't that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Emotional eating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when the brain gets uncomfortable through certain emotions, it may trigger you to eat.
They say, go get my energy. That's
Yeah.
all it wants. So
Yeah.
you go and
Go to the
slave,
fridge.
a slave to the food, the
Yeah.
lower frequencies.
Yeah.
But when you start dealing with the higher frequencies and understanding this, then that start becoming dominant. So you're going from a mechanical level to an atomic level. Remember what we said when we burn this wood? This is made of molecules. So what we did was got that stored solar energy out of the molecules. So we take it for granted, but that's a big thing. We're the only animal could do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man. A big thing. Or even when you do eat food, what's taking place? There's a combustion taking place. The main all what plants and animals is basically called carbohydrates. Carbon, hydrate means water. So that's our main food. You got carbohydrates. Then when your body can't get that, it'll go to the fats. It'll start burning the fat.
Yeah.
And if it can't go that, it'll go to the proteins.
Yeah.
Carbohydrates is first.
Yeah.
And what's taking place for a fire to take place, it needs oxygen. You ain't got no oxygen, you'd be like, what's wrong with this fire? Give us some, give us some oxygen. And the oxygen don't burn, but it's a combustion tool. You're breathing oxygen. So that's why your metabolism usually be a lot better if you have better breath.
Absolutely.
Because there's a combustion taking place inside you when you eat something. When it's breaking down,
Yeah.
and that's when you feel like you're getting your fuel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
But that's just a lower way to get the energy.
Yeah.
Because that way also produces a lot of waste.
the toxins. Yeah.
It's just waste.
Of course. A lot.
A lot of waste. And it takes a lot of energy to get rid of the waste.
Yes.
So to give you an example of the differences, I was on 2 ships before. The first ship I was on used fossil fuels, dead plants and animals.
Yeah.
Right? That's what people eat.
Yeah.
But it had to fuel up a lot more. It had to come, it was running around, it had to fuel up. Run around, fuel up. My second ship I was on was a nuclear battle cruiser. Now it's using nuclear energy.
Yeah.
It didn't have to come in. For a long time.
Yeah.
I hated it.
You're out on the water for a longer time.
Yeah, no break.
A long time. And then when we did come in, it didn't need to. Not for no fuel purposes. Because you're dealing with nuclear energy. So that's the thing about it too. And I just did this talk in Italy online. And they ain't catching on because spirituality has crippled everybody. Spiritual religion crippled everybody. Why? Due to the wording. They really don't know what that means. Divine, I just want to be divine. And I'll be questioning, what is that? What you talking about?
They just want to be divine.
Yeah. Because we feel that's the proper way to talk. But if you ain't got no form, no meaning on what that is, you'll never be that. Well, how did you know you are that?
Of course. How can you tell that you've arrived?
So they threw vague words out there where people couldn't grasp. But you got to bring it down to earth, and that's all we're doing. So I did this talk with them, and I was teaching them about energy conversion. So it's one thing to say there's energy. Okay, the sun's bringing the solar energy.
Yeah.
But it just don't stay the same. Change takes place.
Yeah.
Energy would transform itself into something else, and into something else. That's why they say it can never be created or destroyed.
But can change from one form.
Form to another. That's what it always does. And we got to know that, even with our bodies, every day. Every day our bodies is converting energy into one form to another.
Absolutely.
Solar energy hitting my skin.
Yeah.
It's going to make contact with the cholesterol that's already in me.
Yeah.
Then it's going to end up producing vitamin D3. Did I have to eat anything to do that? They already told you.
Yeah. You don't have to eat anything for that.
So I don't need those supplement pills or anything.
Right.
B12.
Yeah.
And even when you find that out, when you look at foods to eat to get your vitamin D, what do they do? You can go look this up too. They irradiated it. They irradiated it. They either irradiated it or they put metal chips in food. That's all they did. It's an energy thing. You think I feel better since I've been taking vitamin D and eating that. And all they did was pour more radiation on it. And all you had to do was get out in the sun.
Yeah.
Tricking them out. Oh, man. All this is good.
Making us weaker.
Making you weaker.
Turning us into businesses.
A business. A consumer.
Yeah.
You should be a producer like the trees.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man. It's a game, but it's deep. You start laughing after a while. But these words again, chemical energy, what is that? Because that's what you're asked basically. How do you get your protein? How do you get your minerals? How do you get your vitamins? All right, you're talking about the periodic table. All right, that's all you're talking about.
Yeah.
Let's see what these elements are. Keep in mind, a vitamin, if you look at the definition, a vitamin is something that an organism needs that it cannot produce on its own.
Yes.
That don't even make sense.
Vital protein. Vital
Humanity,
amine.
right. Humanity is all over the planet. So you mean to tell me the planet have the same food in every location, but
No. Not everybody eats the same.
everybody don't eat the same. They wasn't
There are
dying
many
before.
children who don't eat oranges
Right.
in the slums and they don't have access to this vitamin C, but how do they manage?
People wasn't dying before, but now you need vitamins. And I ain't gonna bring God in this because you don't need to.
Yeah,
That ain't even no disrespect, just irrelevant.
yeah.
Why would you be in a realm where you got to go seek something that your body can't produce on its own? That don't even make sense.
Supposed to be self-sustaining.
We're supposed to be abundant within.
Oh man,
Yeah,
big game.
big game.
Vitamins. And then let's go to vitamin C.
But why isn't it so easy to be a breatharian?
Huh?
Is it our natural way of being? Why isn't it easy to be a breatharian? In fact, in your videos, you refer to it as a skill
A skill.
that should be achieved and achieved over time and enough conditioning.
A craft.
Yeah. So why doesn't it naturally occur to us to be breatharian? Because are we already? But we don't know.
Oh no, here it goes. Now this is good what he asked. Now there's one thought where, dealing with religion, man just came here, he was perfect at first, then he fell from grace.
Yeah.
That sounds good, but that's a fairy tale.
Yeah.
Because the reason why we say it is now we're looking at things down to earth. All right, we are animals. Our body shows up in nature. You got a chimpanzee breastfeeding his young. Women do that. Human women do that.
Yeah. We are animals.
We're
you're an
animals.
animal, yeah.
How my shoulder fits in. The dolphin does the same thing with that, how his fin fits in. Yeah, these are called just animals.
Yeah. People don't know that. They know it, but they don't know it.
Don't want to admit it. Make you feel like an animal's not a bad word. That just comes from the word animated.
Yeah.
It's just an animated being, like a cartoon. And we are.
Animating our bodies.
And looking at our behavior on the planet, you can't even get out of it.
Yeah.
As much as we do.
Yeah.
But it's this way of thinking that we have that makes us different. That's the dangerous part.
The way of thinking.
Our way of thinking. When that came about. Now, did we have this in our beginning? Absolutely not. We evolved into it. Uh-oh.
Have we become worse or better?
Well, we can't say
Because
worse or better.
you in your videos, you said this is the golden age. This is the time when...
Well, back then, there was a time on this planet. All right, let's really bring it way back. You probably got an ancestor you can't even identify with.
Absolutely. If I go past Homo erectus, the others don't look like me.
Right. Not only look like you, they didn't even know how to build a house. Wasn't even on their mind.
Yeah.
We might as well say it. This is how far back we go. We got to say it. We came a long way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even we were just talking about skin color.
Yeah.
The lighter people up north, they're that way because there's less sun. That's evolution.
Yeah.
And why did the environment do that? For health purposes.
Yeah.
If you don't make those changes, you ain't gonna live. You becoming extinct.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, did we say this?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So extinction is just another word for death. The organism wasn't able to change. With the changes that's taking place. It couldn't keep up.
Adapting.
Adapting. Oh, man.
Very important.
So in our human history as we came along, we got this mind. The breath-in knowledge is just the technology that came about. Can we
Yes.
fairly say that? It's just
Yeah.
a technology,
It's
but
a
it did
technology.
come about.
Yeah.
Somebody figured out. So when they show Adam in the scriptures, that's not the first man of humanity. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
That was just the one who came up. That's just an idea saying when the technology came about.
Yeah.
Somebody figured it out. Somebody must have looked at the sun. How can I connect with that? What must I do to get the energy of that?
So it's a way of man taking charge of his evolution. It's an evolution. It's an
It's
adaptation.
evolution of you taking charge of it.
Yeah.
Before, nature had charge of your evolution,
Yeah.
just like the average animal out there.
Yeah.
We was once under that. But now somebody figured out what they got this mind, this awareness.
You can go in the driver's
It could do the most beautiful things or it could do the most nightmarish hell. That's how powerful this mind is.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that in Rwanda. The genocide.
Mm-hmm. It could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody figured out the technology before. That's all. That's why these things been here thousands of years. But what happened too is everybody ain't get it at the same time. It's just like when the cell phone came out or the computer. Some people had it before others.
So that means some people are equipped with the knowledge to have it now, but it's evolving. Like it's
Right.
improving, yeah.
But then this coming here soon, that's how it rolls.
Yeah, so eventually in future, we're going to have a huge part of humanity as breatharians when the knowledge goes out
When the
there.
knowledge, it is going fast now.
Yeah, and with breatharianism, dictatorship falls.
Absolutely.
Because you can only rule people if you instill fear in them, and breatharianism takes fear away.
If you
But
got
also,
something that they feel they need,
like food,
like food,
then you can rule them. Because if you don't feed me, what do I need you for?
you don't even need them. See how powerful that is?
The moment you stop eating, no one can rule you. You get free,
It's
freedom.
free.
Yes, because we're just afraid of hunger, and that makes us become slaves of a lot.
A lot. That's where it begins.
The fear of hunger.
It drives us.
Yeah,
Right.
everything starts there. It's a core fear
And you didn't become a slave to the others, you became a slave to yourself.
as well, which
well.
is the worst form of slavery.
So this knowledge is just a technology that came about, and it thrived once upon a time. If you look hard enough, you'll see, man, there was a city of light before. You know, you start running into this stuff.
Yeah,
And it was in Africa.
Thebes.
No.
Which one was it?
Well, actually, the name is On. O-N. That's why when you turn the light on, yeah, when you look at the city of On.
Oh, where was it in Nubia or what?
Going up towards Nubia.
Yeah.
The city of light. And what's his name? Akhenaten.
Yeah.
Akhenaten was one of the kids. They tried to erase him out of history. But yeah, that's why he showed you the atom, the sun disk. He's looking at it. Yeah, they was going to the pineal gland, charging up the body. That whole civilization was running off of light.
Was it kind of like the Peruvians, the Incas?
Well, they all was connected. See, because I've been around and seen all those places. They all connected. They're all connected.
The sun.
The sun. They knew it. But through our conditioning now with the fall, they made that seem so pagan. People still scared. And all of this stuff, because, you know, we got been through something.
Yeah.
So that's why, now going back to what you said, is this natural? What you're doing is you are taking part of your evolution.
Yeah. You're taking charge.
You're taking charge of your
Yeah.
evolution.
It's daily work too.
And not to become one with nature. Now this is a big one. To transcend nature.
Oh, really?
What you want to become one with nature for? You got ants that'll bite you, mosquitoes that'll bite you, fleas, ticks, lions, tigers, bears. Nature don't like you.
Yeah.
What did you say? Say that again.
That it's not to be one with nature, but to transcend it.
You have to be above nature.
Hold on a minute. So what's that?
Supernatural.
So if you're at one with nature, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he's saying that nature doesn't like you as much as you think, because it's like bears
It
want
don't.
to eat you, fleas want to bite you, mosquitoes. When you're one with nature, you have to transcend.
Tornadoes, hurricanes, There's more undrinkable water on the planet than drinkable water.
Yeah.
Nature don't like you. What made you think nature like you? What nature want to do, you see this ground?
Yeah.
Those are people.
Of course. Our ancestors.
It wants to reproduce you, to keep itself going.
Cycle.
The illusion.
Recycle.
Recycle you.
So
Even when people have
what's your
sex.
age? So what's
That's what I'm saying. That can get you to have an existential crisis.
Right.
Like, why
And it's
would I-
nature to put that in your mind. That person don't even look that good. You see an illusion. Man, they look so beautiful. Nature did that so you could go do that to make more babies so you could give them back your babies.
Okay.
So is there truly free will? What is free will if we're just in a system?
You're in the system.
There is both free will and,
How are you
and
free
no
if you're in
free
a
will.
system? How do you break free?
It's both. It's both there and not there.
It's just that real.
So what's transcending nature?
A transcendent just means, all right, now check this out. You like eating chocolate.
Oh,
You already opened up the
that's
door.
me right there.
But not only is just the mental thing that's on your mind, a habit, there's an energy channel going through the body, 'cause you created it, that has that space. So, in this energy channel, not only it goes to the body, because your body is nature,
Yeah.
it's connected with nature.
Yeah.
So they just want to, since it's nature, it's going to carry out its laws. And it knows you like chocolate. You can tell other people you don't all you want. That's why you can't hide on the breath of your knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah.
But nature got something for you.
Yeah.
It's going to call you back over because you got that in you still.
Doo-doo. Chocolate.
You got to feel it. So going back to what he said, is that free will? You just like this. I guess I'm not ready yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nature did that. Nature ain't had no mercy on you. Well, you trying, I'm going to leave you alone. No. Come on. You got to go pay.
When the time comes.
The only force going to break it, this is what we're saying, got to be the light. That's the higher force.
Your higher self.
The higher self. That's the only force that could break it. Oh, did we say this?
That's what I'm always telling people that are struggling with addiction, that meditation is the foundation.
That's the foundation.
Because that's the one that can break that.
So it could go inside and at least challenge that energy channel, which is very powerful to have your habit there. You don't want to let itself go. That's what we call demons and stuff, but it's just really stuff that's going through us. And you're cleaning, you're allowing. This is why we're going through that process. And see, like you said, why is it so hard? Humanity do got a dark past because we are animals. We're trying to become from an animal to a god.
Yeah.
You're trying to transcend animal instincts.
Yeah. And that requires a lot of help.
A lot of help.
What you call surrender.
Mm-hmm. From the higher forces. And let it do the work, because it could see a bigger picture right now with us being in this shell.
So prayer is not a form of surrender.
Well, it depends what you...
Because when you're praying, you're really telling the higher forces what to do.
Well, check
Is
this
that
out.
a surrender?
That's the European way that they gave us prayer. Prayer in Hebrew means tefillah.
Sly, listen to this one about prayer.
So prayer, we learned it from the Europeans, and it's more like begging. I'll make a deal with you. I'll do this for you if you do this for me. That's basically the game we're playing. But when you go back to the Hebrew, prayer means tefillah, and tefillah means to think. That's all it means, is to think. Because there's a scripture said, and I prayed, and my prayer came back into my bosom. You know what they say, you reap what you sow, because your energy is coming off of you?